Good evening, everyone. I am Mudit Bhardwaj, a third year student of BA Honours Political Science, Shyamlal College Evening. Today, I am going to talk about theory of justice of Plato. Plato was a Greek philosopher who was born in 428 BC. He is considered to be one of the most creative and influential thinkers in political philosophy. A great deal of writings of Plato has appeared from time to time. Some have described Plato as the real intellectual founder of the Christianity, which means a Christian before the Christ. Some have considered him as Marxist socialist, a revolutionary, a fascist, and a radical. So we will look into theory of justice. Theory of justice was basically a political philosophy of Plato. For Plato, justice does not consist in mere adherence to the laws. For him, it is based on the inner nature of the human spirit. It is also not the triumph of the stronger over the weaker. It is to protect the weaker against the stronger. A just state, Plato argues, is achieved with an eye to the good of the whole. He says, in a just society, the rulers, the military, the artisan all do what they want to do. In such a society, the rulers are wise, the soldiers are brave, and the producers exercise self control or temperance. Justice is the central theme of the Plato's Republic, its subtitle and title concerning justice. For Plato, justice is a moral concept. Justice is for Plato once a part of human virtue and the bond which joins men together in these states. It makes man good and makes him social. Almost a similar view has been expressed by Sabine. He says justice for Plato is a bond which holds a society together. Justice gives the resemblance of what is used in the Greek language dikaiosai, a word which has a more comprehensive meaning than the word justice. It means just righteousness. That is why Plato's notion of justice is not regarded as legal or judicial, nor it is related to the realms of rights and duties. It does not come within the limits of law, it is as such related to the social ethics. The essential characteristics of Plato's notion can be stated as these. First, justice is another name of righteousness. Second, it is more the performance of duties than the enjoyment of rights. Third, it is individual contribution to the society in accordance with his abilities, capabilities, and capacities. Fourth, it is a social morality that is man's obligation. Fifth, it is the strength of the social fabric as it involves a web of social system. Before stating these views, Plato refuted the then prevailing theories of justice. He denounced the father son that was Cephalus Polemarchus' theory of justice of traditional morality. Justice giving every man his due, in other words, doing to others what is proper, that was given by Cephalus, or doing good to friends and harming enemies, that was propagated by Polemarchus. Plato recognized the worth of the traditional theory of justice, which compels men to do what they are supposed to do or do justice as phenomenon creating unity. But he did not approve of justice being good for some and evil for others. Justice for Plato is good for all, the giver as well as the receiver, for friends as well as for foes. Plato also rejected Thrasymachus' radical notion of justice, according to which justice is always in the interest of stronger. He did agree with Thrasymachus that the ruler, because he knows the art of ruling, has all the power, but he did not agree that the rulers do that in their own interest. Plato argued through Socrates that the shoemaker does not wear all the shoes he makes. The farmer does not eat all the crop he prepares. Accordingly, the ruler does not make all the laws which benefit him. Plato agreed with Thrasymachus that justice is an art and that one who knows the art is the artist and none else. And yet, there is another theory of justice advocated by two brothers, Glaucon and Edementus, Plato's own brothers. The theory is a conventional theory of justice and one which was favorably agreed by Plato's hero Socrates. Glaucon held that justice is in the interest of the weaker as opposed to Thrasymachus, and that it is artificial insofar as it is the product of customs and conventions. Although Plato did see limitation in Glaucon's theory by describing justice as natural and universal as against his notion of it is artificial and product of conventions and customs. Plato's own theory as stems from the discussions which went on among characters such as Cephalus, Polymarchus, Thrasymachus, Glaucon, Edementus, Socrates appears to be as under justice is nothing but the principle that each one should pursue a function for which one is fitted by nature, each one to do one's own and for common good. Second, justice means specialization and excellence. Third, justice helps people to be in a society, a bond that holds a harmonious union of individuals, of classes with the state. It is a bond that brings together individuals, classes, and state into one frame. Justice is both a public and private virtue. It aims at the highest good of the individual and of the whole, which is his concept of public and private justice. So we can sum up Plato's theory of justice by saying that it leads to the division of labor, specialization, and efficiency. It is therefore a principle of specialization, unity, non interference, and harmony. His notion of justice implies a social virtue, a private and public ethics, and a moral dictate. And yet, Plato's theory of justice is totalitarian in the sense that it subordinates individual